Good evening and welcome. This is the Fort Valley Boys podcast. I'm your host, Fabian Bix. And on tonight's show, this is a Thursday episode because the Miami game was yesterday and it's a little melancholy. I will get into that in a moment. Why it's a little melancholy at this moment. We're going to talk about game 3, Heat and Nuggets, PJ Live Golf merger, a lot of things with that circumstance. Might get into a little bit of football, but of course, parting shots. This is the part of the show we say, let's go.
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, boys, yeah. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys.
And this is the Fort Valley Boys podcast. We are live and in living color. We're on Sundays and Wednesdays, 9:05 p.m. Be crazy. You got some straws. Get your crazy straw. We're also brought to you by Just for Men. If you got a little gray in your beard and you're trying to get it straight, go ahead and get you some Just for Men. CB4. CB4 is going to have you set straight. It's a little distracted because of some bad news I got about 20 minutes ago. Dax Wave and Groom. You trying to get waves back, trying to get back to looking almost young. Just go ahead and get some Dax Wave and Groom. Arizona tea, where the only tea that'll cause diabetes within 2 minutes. And it's 99 cents. 99 cents. 99 cents. Like I say, follow us on YouTube and Facebook. BuyNightShirt.com. Get your paraphernalia for homecoming. Go ahead and start getting ready now. Homecoming for most schools are 3 to 5 months away. Go and get all your stuff now. Don't wait. Damon's new podcast, Chopping It Up with D. Rounder. He already on his 3rd episode, I believe. Damon's on his 3rd episode. Support our guy, D. Rounder. Support his show. It is on Spotify and probably should be on Apple Podcasts pretty soon. Support Damon Rounder's podcast, Chopping It Up. He records on Tuesdays at 12. So support Damon's podcast. And of course, we're brought to you by Henny and Coke and Crown Royal and Ginger Ale, the dark liquors. I hope everybody's week has been great. If you're an educator, most of you all should be on break. I hope you're living your best life because those employees that are 220 like myself we are not okay. We're not okay. We're not okay. We're trying to live our life, but we can't because we at work. My guys will be with me in just a moment. Just in shock right now. For those that went to Fort Valley, and if you remember the band from 95 to 98 or 93 to 98, one of the drum majors from that era, Mark Gill, he was drum major 2 years before I was drum major in 98, and I came back in 2001. If you know Mark, he is a hilarious guy. Like outgoing. He was on the drum section. He played drums while he was at Fort Valley. Became drum major for 2 years. He passed away today from a heart attack. That one's tough. Mark was a fairly decent guy. I mean, I don't have no bad words to say about Mark. He was pretty straight. That's tough. That one hurts. Same age bracket. We had similar things we had in common. I believe he was working in Newton County for a while. That one's tough. That was tough. Prayer goes out to Mark's family. I think he had a daughter, if I remember correctly. Friends with Jeffrey Ellison, Tonio, Jeffrey Ellison, a host of other people he was friends with. And if you see them guys, if you see Mark, you see they're like peas in a pie. If you see Mark, you see Antonio. If you see Mark Antonio, you see Andre. You see Nim, you see Chu. You seen all of those guys together. And Homecoming is gonna be too sad. It's gonna be it's gonna be sad. I got nothing for you for that. That's those might be watching the show, or if you want to chime in about Mark, we'll bring him up throughout the show. Just if you remember Mark, just give a fond memory of Mark when he was there. I believe it was class in 93, 94 when he got to Fort Valley. I cannot know anybody that's watching. Tell me out a little bit on that. I believe it was 90. I want to say 93. I want to say it was 93. Yeah, just so we're gonna get through this. Like I said before, the guy should be here in a moment. But, before we talk about, I want to get the guys on talk about the finals. I'm going to talk about Live Golf, that merger, and see how that's going to affect. So we're going to throughout the show, we're going to just talk about some memories from Mark. I got a couple of them. Just anybody that's watching, just if you remember Mark Gill, just put some comments in the chat, and I'll put them on the board. But while we're waiting on the guys to hop on, let's talk about Dalvin Cook. Let's discuss a little bit of NFL. I know we're in the heat of the NBA playoffs, but I want to talk about some NFL news right now, right quick, while we wait for Mike and the fellas to hop on. Dalvin Cook will be released from the Minnesota Vikings. That's a shocker to me because he's a do-it-all back. But, of course, Cowboys released Ezekiel Elliott. That shocked me too, but that's because of cap reason. Dalvin Cook, I'm guessing because of some off-the-field issues and possibly cap, which goes back to you can't pay running backs what they're worth nowadays, which is crazy because back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, base your team off his line, running back, franchise quarterback. Now it's a passing league with RPOs, spread offenses, bubble screens. Running back is starting to become a dinosaur in our league. You get specialty backs, and you get a back in the 7th round, i.e. Kansas City, who also drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire from Louisiana State University, or we all call it LSU. And he's a bust. First round, to injure so much, didn't do a lot of stuff with Kansas City. My cousin saying Cook to Miami. Now that is going to be a problem. If they get Dalvin Cook to Miami, Anatole, why are you here? Go ahead, jump on. You ain't doing nothing. Just go ahead, jump on. You got the link. Dalvin Cook, the Alabama receiver, Tyreek Hill, Tua, offensive line solid. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with the offense if Dalvin goes to Miami? What are you gonna do with that? Still, they probably still won't beat Aaron Rodgers because Tua probably can't stay on the field because Tua gets hurt too much. He has had a concussion issue. They clean the chicken. Oh yeah, you doing country stuff, boy? Clean some chicken. That's right. Little mama got a birthday party. Okay. Crazy birthday party with Limo. No. But that's the part of the news. Also, Frank Clark, champion with the Chiefs, have signed a 1-year deal with the Denver Broncos. So that's going to be an interesting move for the Denver Broncos, getting Frank Clark. Needs a pass rusher since you trade away Bradley Chubb, I believe, to Dolphins last year. So you need to replace him. DeAndre Hopkins is still a free agent. He's doing his U.S. tour right now. He's in Tennessee. If I'm him, I would not sign with Tennessee because you don't know who the quarterback's going to be. And the offense is antiquated, just like VCR tapes. It is old. It is not reliable. You can't depend on it. That's not a good fit for him in Nashville. So if I'm DeAndre Hopkins, Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City. Those are my 3 spots I'm looking at if I'm DeAndre Hopkins. We talked about it a couple Sundays ago with Jamon and Ryan. And the best fits for him. Jamon said Philadelphia. You get DeAndre Hopkins to Philadelphia. It's a wrap. Offense is already loaded. You got to guard all three threats at receiver. That's not gonna be a cool thing to do. Horatio's on assignment right now on the Panthers game 3 tonight. We're gonna try to get Horatio to give us some feedback from the game. Do some intrepid reporting while he's there. It's serious. Michael goes by his real name, Atwater. If he comes on the show, we got Michael Atwater coming in as Michael Atwater. Mike, was good?
Oh, man, that's some told me up there, man.
Yeah, give us a memory of Mark, man. Give everybody a memory of Mark.
Man, I'm Mark was the sarcastic one, man. He was the life of the party, but he was also the sarcastic one, man. He was Mark was the shit stalker, or the shit talker. He was a shit starter. That's the word with Mark. And man, that right there, that caught about off guard there, boy. That's unbelievable. That was my dog there, boy.
Yeah, Jim marching with him when you in the band on the bus. If you need somebody to liven up the bus and act crazy as hell, Mark Gill was your guy.
That's so. What details you got, man?
Died of a heart attack. It was today. That's all I got. Died of a heart attack. You remember Willie Hollins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had texted me and told me that while I was in practice. I'm like, man, quit lying. Cause Mark, we were all about the same age.
Mark may be a year or two older than that.
We got in 93?
92 or 93.
Yeah, so it puts him at about 48, 49.
I'm gonna get back on him, man. I gotta make some calls on that one. So ain't nobody jumping on, I guess, huh?
That would look like shot is at the game.
Yeah, he at the hockey game.
Yeah, the hockey game. Jamon on the phone with a parent. Tony, I don't think Tony could do Thursdays.
We should be good on Sunday because it ain't no game Sunday.
Yeah, we good. We good for Sunday. We good for Sunday.
All right, let me call some folk, man.
So that's just crazy. It's just breaking news. We losing right around homecoming. Homecoming about 4 months away, and won't be the same because you'll see if you win homecoming. I haven't been in a while, but that's the face you see with him, Tonio, Andre. That's just crazy. But I want to try to sneak my dinner in while we're doing this. So usually when everybody else hop on, I could go to a one shot and I could just leave your bite in. I'm gonna sleep my bite in while I'm live. Since nobody's here, I want to talk about this Live Golf and PGA Tour merger. For those that might not be following it, had a lot of PGA players defect from the tour to live golf. Why did they defect? Because of their treatment from the PGA and fair wages. Yeah, players like Brooks Koepka, who just won the PGA Championship, Phil Mickelson, a 6-time champion, Dustin Johnson, Cam Smith, and a host of other players defect to this league, where they give you a guaranteed signing bonus, if you say the least. Like, say, it's in the upwards of 9 figures. Like, some of the guys got, I think Phil Mickelson, I want to say, he got $200 million. Some other players might have got $50 million to sign on for him. And he had this big faction. Bryson DeChambeau, another person defected the live. And they got big signing bonus. And some steadfast golfers like Rory and Tiger were like, no, we're with the PGA. We're not going to go with Saudi trying to save blood money. And they're part of 9/11 and all this other stuff. Well, now, Tuesday, without the knowledge of Greg Norman, who's over Live Golf, and PGA players did not know that they came to agreement to stop the lawsuits and they merged together. I find it hilarious now that these guys you were talking junk to throughout these last 2 years and now pretty much going to be back in the league. In Game of Thrones, my cousin, Live Golf made PGA bend the knee because the PGA is not the NBA. It is not the NFL. It's not baseball. Hell, it's not even soccer. It's not even hockey. You had to do this deal because you could not sustain the things you were doing. The tournaments are inclusive. It's golf. When you think about it, when you try to play golf, I wish Bet was on here. Golf is an expensive sport. You have to buy clubs, you have to buy shoes, you have to buy outfits, you have to buy greens fees, memberships to clubs. You have to pay to get on the course. There's a story that Tiger, when he first when he was amateur, he had to pay greens fees. And when he decided to go pro in 1996, when he decided to go pro in 96, he went to a tournament. He didn't have to pay green fee when he was amateur. When he got there, said, "That's $100." And Tiger like, I don't got no money. I'm paid this. So a caddy had to pay for him. I think Fluff was his caddy at that time. This is Tank. He's finished cleaning the chicken.
I had to give him one quick second to say something.
Go ahead.
That's all the money real.
I was getting to that part.
Live tour as well because the PGA don't even pay for those guys to travel to the events. Mm-hmm. So it's like PGA's mad because they got, the Live kind of said what they were not doing. Live was doing what PGA wasn't doing. And PGA bended the knee because they was going to lose all their talent. Kind of like, their Saudi money, like I said, their Saudi money real. So they had to kind of bow down to them in a sense.
$200 billion for those out there. That's what Live Golf put in there. $200 billion would it be?
Yeah.
Not $200, not 2 C notes. $2 billion, $200 billion.
And I'm gonna say this: the biggest sports news. We're still talking about Saudi Arabia and the Middle East money. Messi is going to Miami for Inter Miami to get Messi. He got an option to buy the team in a couple of years. He gets Apple endorsements, more Adidas endorsements. He's finna get huge money to go to Miami. Case in point, I watch European soccer all the time. Benzema plays for Real Madrid. He's going to Saudi Arabia. His 1 year salary is going to be more than an NFL salary cap for the whole year. He's getting over $230 million a year to play soccer in Saudi Arabia, which is crazy. What's on your neck? You got a mascot?
Cat. It's cat.
Oh, you got a real cat.
Real cat.
You a real wildcat.
Real wildcat.
I'm
Yeah.
talking all deep. I said, "Man, what is that jumping off the screen?" Fade got 3D graphics behind him.
Yeah, we trying to upgrade.
I feel you. Well, yeah, that's all the money real. But hey, man, I'm sorry about y'all loss, man. Praying for the Fort Valley family. I didn't know better, but I know how universities are a family. So when you lose someone, it's like losing a cousin or a brother. So I'm praying for Fort Valley family, man. I know it's hard for y'all right now.
And he was a
Gotta keep
picture at
y'all head
homecoming.
up.
He was a picture at homecoming. I see pictures and stuff. I'm like, we're trying to go live this year at homecoming. Here goes here's Damon. Hey Damon.
Hey, Fade.
Hey Damon.
Hey,
Hey,
Damon,
Fade.
I'm coming to Toledo, bro. I'm coming to Toledo for 4th of July.
Straight up. I'm gonna be in when? The actual 4th?
July 3rd through the 7th. I'm flying in the DTW. I'm trying
Oh
to see E-course.
man. I
I'm
might
trying to
be
see
able to
E-course.
catch you because I'm supposed to be. I meant to tell you, Fade, I might be in Atlanta around that time.
I'll be in Florida that week.
So then what we gonna do? Anatole, you said you gonna be here in the 3rd,
That Monday to Friday.
that Monday through Friday. I might be here that Monday. I'm gonna try to catch you. I'll let you know for sure though.
E-course, man. I'm trying to see where Mitchie was at.
What Big Meech number? I can take you to the neighborhood.
I'm
If
trying
I'm
to see
here,
car
if
wash.
I don't leave before then, I take you. That's my neighborhood, bro. Born and raised. I take y'all where they was, man. Hey, Fade.
Appreciate you.
Mark Gill died of a heart attack, bro.
Yeah.
Golly. He was our age. What, 44?
When he was a couple years old, I think he came 92, 93.
92, 93. Okay.
Mhm.
Damn, man, we too young to be having heart attacks, bro.
Yeah.
We too young to be having heart attacks, bro. For real. That's Jesus Christ. That's no lie, fellas. No, all jokes aside. That's the 5th person, Fade, in the last 18 months that I knew that has died of a heart attack that was under 50. And I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating, bro. I'm not exaggerating at all. My bad, I jumped on late. I had to go take some stuff came up, then I had to pick my son up from work. I'm getting ready to head to the house now.
Now you straight, man. Just for those that might be watching, just if you got blood pressure medicine, take it. Don't matter if your blood pressure regular. Take it anyway.
Please, man, because all jokes aside, this Fort Valley boys, that's a Fort Valley alum. But this go out to everybody. Just please, man, your health is everything. Watch what you eat, watch what you drink. Be careful of all the stuff you intake in your body. Don't try to get as much exercise as you can, man, because we losing too many people at too young of an age, man. For real. That one hurt right there, man. I wasn't expecting to hit that, Fake. I swear to God, I wasn't.
Yeah, you remember Big Willie? He had texted me while I was in practice. I'm like, man, quit playing.
Yeah, when you hear stuff like that, that's the first thing come out your mouth, man. Don't play like that.
Don't play like that.
For real. I ain't even lie, bro. I am totally outdone. I seen it. I was on my way, leaving one spot, going to pick my son up from work, and you sent the text. Like, I'm like, what? Huh? That's all I could say. For real.
That one hit different right there because, like I said, I was in the band when Mark was there. So that.
Damn, bro. That's rough. That's rough. That's a tough hit there, dude.
Yeah.
Man. Reggie, he hit the chat every now and then. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna shoot him and see if he know.
So you heard about
hey, what's it? I'm a little behind on this Live Golf PGA. Is it a stall in talks? I heard it was a stall in talks.
Not I know it's gonna be it's a merger. They're merging because all the lawsuits that they had against each other. All the lawsuits they had against each other, they went away when they settled and merged. I don't think those talks are gonna stall per se. I'm gonna pull you out the stream. My bad. I don't think
Are you good?
I don't think they stall. I think it's gonna start next year.
Okay.
Anatole said it. They made them bend. Live Golf made them bend the knee because they infused PGA with $200 billion. $200 billion.
Okay. So I mean, I did, like I said, I heard some of it, and then it was somebody that said, now like I said, it's all alleged. That's why I'm asking, because I really don't really know. But they were saying that some talk stalled. The CEO from Live that came out and said there was some issues, but nothing that would deter it from happening. Now, all this is alleged. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything of the latest, but I know even with Live Golf, they're merging. They still said their Live Tour is still gonna move forward as well in concurrence with the PGA. So that's gonna be interesting to see. And what a lot of things people are saying too with this merger, the PGA didn't want to really open up their books to the public. Correct.
I would tend to agree. That makes sense.
To get fines, to talk about fines. I wish Vet was on here because I think Vet was knowledgeable as well. You remember BJ Singh when he got suspended in 2004 for deer antler spray? You remember that?
Yep, I do remember that suspension.
He sued the tour.
Okay.
In litigation for a couple of years, then it got to the point of opening the books, and they say, you know what, we're dropping it.
Gotcha.
So what does that?
Yeah, I mean, it makes, like you said earlier, it do make sense for them to go ahead and merge due to everything that's going on in between them. It do make sense. I was just, I was kind of when I seen that excerpt, because it really wasn't that's why I wanted to ask you. It really wasn't a full article. That's why I say alleged. It wasn't a full article. It was something, a quote that was taken that probably misconstrued what he meant. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure it makes sense now that you put it that way.
Philip Walker, who is an avid golf fan, he loves golf. His kids play golf. You know Philip from Fort
I remember Philip.
Yeah, and you see him on the screen. It's all about the money. Just like Chris Tucker said, where do you go? Who would he to follow? You follow the rich white guy.
There you go. Straight facts.
He said in all three movies. And who was it? Always the bad guy.
Rich white man.
Rich white man. Also,
they all from the mountains of Caucasus.
From Monte Blanco.
They all from the mountains of Caucasus.
Well,
I always knew it was about the money. Everything is about money, bro. If you don't believe nothing else, believe there's some money involved in all that, man.
Here's another Game of Thrones reference. Dragon going to light them up. They didn't beat that deep, and they had no choice because think about it, the PGA. I said before everybody came on, the PGA is not the NFL. It's not the NBA. It's not baseball. Hell, it's not even hockey or soccer in America. They make their own.
What's up, Dane?
What up, Mike?
Anatole brought this up when you came on. He said the PGA make their own players pay for their own travel. Imagine if you're borderline got your tour card, you're hanging on a thread, and you got to fly all the way to California, but you ain't got but $2,000.
Yeah,
and you might not be able to get paid.
Yeah, golf is a different breed of sport. Like you said, it's the rich people sport, man. And usually the rich people are the fair skinned people, usually. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense that they're gonna do all this stuff.
And with the live tour eventually eventually it's probably gonna phase out, and PGA gonna be running that too.
No, not if they infuse $200 billion into the PGA. 200 billion.
But Faye, that's a good point though, Faye. That's a good point. That Mike brought up a good one. That might be what's going on.
Yeah, the live tour gonna end up probably phasing out, man. A lot of them guys, Brooks Koepka and all them guys, they gonna end up getting back because they gonna have to reapply to get back on the PGA tour. Like technically, right now they ain't on the PGA tour. The only events they participate in the majors, the Masters, British Open, PGA, all that kind of stuff. But they're gonna have to reapply. And PGA, all this is, man, this ain't no different than the NFL and AFL, the ABA and the NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
And they just gonna buy them out.
That's what usually happened. The ABA got bought out, and the AFL ended up becoming the AFC. They merged with the NFL. That's true. I mean, just look at college. Did y'all see the Big Ten stuff come out?
Yeah, I saw those schedules. That's interesting.
You see, they're gonna probably end up doing away with divisions. The bigger the conference, yeah. So the bigger the conference, it's not about geography, bro. It's about what market can I take over. USC and UCLA in the Big Ten, where's they both located? LA. That's a huge market. The Big Ten Network, they not stupid, man. They know to compete with the SEC, the SEC gonna win them nationals and all that, and that's the junior NFL. In order to compete, you gotta get the money in. You gotta get the markets. They got Chicago, they got New York, they got LA now.
Yeah, you got Chicago, New York, LA, but at the same time, you also got to put people in the stand. Who are going to be breaking their neck to go to a UCLA Minnesota game in Minnesota? Who going to watch that?
I'm going to tell you,
I understand what you're saying about the markets. You done expanded into LA and that kind of stuff, but and Big Ten ain't done. Big Ten eventually, they the way they talk like they're gonna get Oregon and Washington.
They definitely going after Washington. But to answer your question, Mike, who gonna go? A bunch of people gonna go because in Minnesota, they gonna want to see a top-notch school. They believe UCLA is a top-notch school, but here's Minnesota gonna watch the hell out of it because it's UCLA. You see what I'm saying? It's more so about who gonna watch it. The Big Ten Network, the Big Ten, they added that for viewership. And those schools bring in money. Wherever they go, especially USC, they gonna bring in money. Whether people got butts in the stand or they gonna be watching on the Big Ten Network.
The people that's gonna suffer the most, the teams that's gonna suffer the most from UCLA and USC joining is teams like that, and they already ain't on top. But teams like Maryland, Nebraska, Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan, they're gonna be straight. But Michigan State, they gonna suffer a little bit as far as popularity and that. And I mean that's pretty much it with USC and UCLA joining. Because everybody gonna want to see that USC Ohio State matchup whenever they play. Now this is a question I got, Faye. They going away with division. Okay, they getting away with division. So what happens if you got 3 teams with the same record, but none of them play each other?
Straight to schedule. You go by your conference record. And then if that's still tied, you probably got to go with points for, points against, probably what I would guess.
And
if they play 9 conference games, you could have let's say USC 8-1. Let's say you got Ohio State 8-1, and you got Michigan 8-1. All right, then who gonna get that spot?
Common opponents. You have to go by common opponents.
Yeah, they're gonna go by common opponents. And knowing them, they might go by who's ranked the highest.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if you got those 3 teams, there's 8-1, and Ohio State is ranked 9th. Michigan is ranked 5th. And who else did you say, Mike? Penn State.
No, I'm just saying if they all
Penn State is ranked 4th. They gonna see like
they
this
all
year.
Ranked 8-1.
Yeah, if this year, a year like this, if it come how I think it's gonna come, bro, you got the Big Ten East is going to be strong again. The only team you probably would have to worry about in the West is probably Iowa and Minnesota, because they got the experience. You got to see whoever win that game. Once again, about no.
The phone's popping up,
That's
baby.
gonna be the thing. Okay, my bad.
What we on, Faye? What we talking about, cuz?
Yeah, we talk about Leo golf. We're going to talk about the finals. Now I was waiting for some more for y'all to hop on before we get to the finals. Miami lost comfortably.
Man, what y'all think about that game last night, man?
I think if Dame will probably join us in a minute, but Miami lost comfortably last night. They tried to get Jimmy off early in the first half, and it just really wasn't working. Joker and Murray had 30-point triple doubles. First time teammates had 30-point triple doubles. Joker became the fifth NBA player to have a 30-20-10 game in a finals game. The other two people, you know who they are, Mike?
Other people that have what, 30, 20, 10
in a finals game.
Or Shaq one of them?
No.
Ooh.
My bad, fellas. Bad area.
30, 20, 10.
You know one of the answers obvious.
Well, like Bill Russell, one of them?
Both of them two.
Yeah, Joker, man, Damon been bragging about this dude for years, man. He's the real deal.
I always liked him, man. I didn't know he was gonna turn out this well. I knew he had what gets him above everybody else, y'all, is that albeit he's unathletic, he's highly intelligent and he has scoring capabilities, and he never leads. Well, I ain't gonna say never. Very rarely do you see him throw a bad pass. Whether it's from the post, whether it's from the top, double team, and maybe it's the size, but his IQ is amazing. And for him, Miami has the defensive toughness. It's just that I don't know if they can match if Murray and the Joker keep going where they're going. It's gonna be a long series, dude. Long.
Wow!
It's gonna be a long, hard series. Hard. You said it again. Wow!
Hard. Gracious boy. Miami's got to figure out who can score for them. They're not getting enough scoring right now. Miami's having a difficulty scoring. It ain't necessarily what Denver doing defensively. Joker and Jamal Murray, they're gonna get theirs anyway. Miami's having difficulty putting the ball in the rack. They're not scoring. And this got a lot to do with not having enough stars on your team and that kind of thing. And you playing with, basically undrafted players. You're starting to see the gap, starting to see the difference in the players for Miami and the players for Denver. Eric Spoelstra, I think he needs to stay with Kevin Love in their starting lineup. And the reason you stay with Kevin Love now, you should be able to have some scoring coming off the bench with Lowry, Robinson, and Caleb Martin. But also, Jimmy Butler ain't got to go on. Did y'all realize Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter, they 6'10"?
Yeah.
So Jimmy Butler guard one of them dudes. Jimmy Butler, what, 6'6", 6'7"?
6'5", 6'6".
I think he's 6'5". I think he's 6'7" at the tallest. But not only are they 6'10", they got length, man. That's altering that's throwing Jimmy off. And that's where Tyler Hero is missed. The other capable scorer is missed because Adebayo doing his thing, Butler doing what he can. That right there is going to tire people out. When you got to go against two capable guys, well, you know one for sure, two-time MVP, that can give it to you in all forms of fashion on the offensive side. That's going to be tiresome because Jimmy Butler also prides himself on playing defense. So that may drain him, man.
So Mike, let me throw this to you. You already know the answer to it, but is there a realistic possibility that Damian Lillard could be in a Heat uniform this year?
How did that work though? Like money wise?
I mean, he'd make about 40, and Tyler making 20. You could throw in. You might have to put. You don't give up Jimmy. Kevin Love's on a this. He's going to expire because he signed in the buyout market. Tyler Hero wanted to be one of the players, and he probably have to do a sign or trade. Probably put Gabe Vincent in there.
What about is Lowry's contract coming off the books?
Let's see, 1, 2. No, I think he got one more year, I believe.
Hey, Pat Riley, I can't give up Tyler Hero, man. We have to bring somebody else. I can't give up Hero, dog. We're gonna have to figure something else out.
That's why
I need a third scorer. I need a third scorer, and Tyler Hero is my scorer. Now you can flip this over and look too. Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, they stepped up a lot this year. So maybe you can get away with it. Maybe you can get away without Tyler Hero.
You need a solid second option because Bam is not a true second option to me. He has a defensive bag, but his offensive bag is limited. You need a solid second option. Damian Lillard, of course, the first option, of course, but I don't know.
It's a thought, but the problem is we got to make the money match up. It's a great thought.
You can make the money match.
It's just a matter of making the money match.
So who you getting rid of, Fade?
Sorry.
Training away UD. 20. Oh, he retired anyway. But I had to give up Hero. I'm gonna give up Hero, Strus, and
Man, you giving up both your shooters, man. You tripping.
and I'm getting Damian Lillard.
Man, I can't give up both of them. You want to come up with something else, bro? Man, hey, Damon. He done gave up both his shooting guards.
Well, okay. Let me say this, Fabe, that is drastic. But Mike, look at it this way: you got Butler, a shot creator. Then you gonna have another shot creator
and a closer.
Yeah, and a closer. So I see what Fabe trying to do. I do think it's a tad bit drastic though. I do see what he's trying to do though.
I give away Gabe Vincent before I give away Strus.
What if I give up Bam and Hero?
Nah, goodness no. Well, you tripping.
He held a gill anyway. He hit and miss. What about Damian Lillard to the Celtics for Marcus Smart, Danilo Gallinari, Robert Williams, and a first round pick?
Gallinari, where Gallinari at?
Oh, he was on the Celtics. He was there. He just got hurt. Out for the year, tore knee up.
Well, Gallinari could have really helped them.
No, what could have helped them was some defense and Jaylen Brown stop dribbling. Just don't dribble. Just don't dribble.
Jaylen Brown, that ain't Jaylen Brown's fault, man. You ain't got no true point guard on that team.
Yeah,
that part of the problem.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart. Malcolm Brogdon more of a point than Marcus Smart, but Brogdon's elbow was messed up.
Damian Lillard to Boston, that's a good one.
But you have to give up one of the two, though. You have to give up Tatum or
No.
If you give up anybody, you give up Brown.
Yeah. Move Brown or Chris.
I would give up Brown quicker than I would give up Tatum.
Chris Paul be a good fit too in green and white.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul could really, really help them boys.
In Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Paul to get him a true point guard. You got a leader in the locker room. Yeah, I'm rocking with Chris Paul. for Boston.
I agree with that.
If I'm Lakers, do not bring Chris Paul. Do not get Chris Paul. Do not. Don't waste your money. So we know Kenny Moon said, "Where the Miami boys at?" I don't know what I don't know where they at. Moon, I don't know. Do like on Bomani Jones show. Talk your shit, Moon.
Hey, what about you? What about Lillard going to Phoenix?
You don't got nothing
Man.
to give up for him.
What you gonna give?
Only thing you can't give is Booker, and you're not giving up Booker.
Man, that'd be the dumbest trade in history.
34 years old for 24. That won't make sense. You got it now. If they still have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, then there's something to talk about.
So did
I just want to know where Damon got that from. Damon lit the Phoenix. Tell me how you pulling that one off, Jack.
I actually seen somebody posted. That's why I asked. They was before. This must have been before Chris Paul got cut or released or whatever you want to call it.
Or they did release him because they still haven't. They're undecided on that right now.
That's what I was saying. It was what was they giving up? Aiden, Paul, and I forget something else. That was what I saw proposed. It wasn't a guarantee. It was a proposed trade.
I mean, if you do,
Man, what's up? Hey, somebody need to go holler at Zion, man. I know what that young man thinking about.
Yeah,
Around here impregnating porn stars.
yeah, that's his business, man.
They got to get pregnant too.
I ain't gonna get them pregnant. Then I'm worth almost $200 million.
They need a kid too.
Yeah, they get enough Johnsons a day. Let one of them get you pregnant.
Oh, there you go. I'm not getting that one.
Hey, but what you got to realize too about a lot of people don't be knowing it. Like them porn stars, they the cleanest damn STD free people on the planet.
They
They get tested all the time.
Yeah, they gotta be. They gotta get tested, especially since when HIV first came out. They test them 4-5 times a week.
You just can't wife them though. I mean, you can't bring up the mama.
Hey, dude. I mean, think about it. And I ain't mean to switch the subject though, because I had read the chick that he was dealing with. She went off on him, this, that, and the third. My thing is, okay, you wanna get with a porn star? That's your business. I ain't mad at you. Don't get them pregnant, man.
Man, that ain't no different than only different because you said the word porn star. That ain't no different than getting some of these women out here pregnant. That ain't no different. She just a little bit more known than somebody else.
It's different. It's different. It's one thing to find out chick you were dealing with on the street and you hear it all in the street. It's another thing. You know this is her profession, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's a mindset. It's a total different thing. When prime example, we back in school, bro, and it's a chick we dealing with. Chick you dealing with, you don't know that till after the fact that she done been with half the football team. Then you deal with another chick that's a known trick and you want to get her pregnant. That don't make sense.
And that's all I mean.
It's his business. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's when you worth that type of money, cuz. I don't know if I'm not trying to set myself up where I got to deal with a woman like that, man. And I tell my friends the same thing. If I'm your friend, Fabe, if you work $200 million and I catch you out here, I'm gonna slap you dead in the neck, man. You better not touch that girl. Nigga. What's wrong with you?
What if you somebody don't watch porn?
That's still, if you somebody don't watch porn and I do, and I'm like, hey man, I've seen her before. Oh, OnlyFans. Okay. No, come on. I won't want to put. It goes both ways. I just won't want to put anybody that I feel like got something going for their life and they sitting good to put themselves in a situation. Now he got this chick mad and she putting all on Twitter everything he sent and this and that. It's dumb, man. I'm getting me a lane, bro. I might go find me a nun. I ain't finna go through all that because I'm in the public eye. That's all I'm saying. I'm in the public eye. Mike, if you my boy and you in the public eye and you doing all this dumb stuff, I'm gonna pull you to the side. Look here, man. You worth too much. Leave that alone. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm wording it wrong, but if you in the public eye, man, you gotta take care of of you.
So the
And
final.
he ain't play no ball either. That's another thing.
No, he too busy eating beignets and.
Yeah, I ain't no disrespect, man. Zion, everybody on this panel thought Zion was gonna be a stud muffin.
That.
Yeah, they thought he was gonna be a stud muffin.
And he'd eat muffins.
But he can't see right, but he can't stay healthy, Fade. And then I guess my point, I don't know if I'm portraying it right. I guess my point is you haven't been on the court, and now you got this negative pub that you really don't need. So now what they saying is you got time to impregnate these chicks, but you can't stay healthy to see that you worth all this money. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Just like them dunks he was doing in the end of season last year. He could.
Yeah, exactly. That I think that's what I'm trying to say. That they paying you all this money, man, and you need to be trying to make your money. You still relatively young. You can find you a little chick. You want to do that, man? Get yourself together first, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get where you come from. He just this decision making is not a top of his to-do list.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right now, and this, let's see, having a girl, which means I will say August, which means right before he got injured is when he conceded a job.
Yeah.
Right when he got injured.
Yeah. So go. We went off base because I don't want to go. My thing is, Fade, in this finals, it's been proven that they can't stop Nikola Jokic. It's been proven.
Mm-hmm.
It's been proven, and Miami is a top-notch defensive team. It's been proven they can't stop this kid, and I really understand. I really like Spoelstra as a coach. He's a heck of a coach. If you're in Spoelstra's shoes, what type of adjustments would you make? Would you just say, okay, let the Jokers go, stop everybody else? That's what I'm leaning to.
That's what he did in game 2. I mean, the main thing, you stop Murray. If you stop Murray, you stop the flow of the offense.
Right.
Because I can see right now Michael Malone, the coach of Denver, is possibly looking at probably benching Michael Porter Jr. right now. But at the same time, you don't want to kill his confidence for next season either, though. But I think what they need to do, they need to get Michael Porter Jr. involved in the offense early and often. Because what they're doing, what I watched in all 3 games, they are not involving him in the offense. He's just a kick out and shoot, or a shot clock winding down. He's a bailout shooter. Let him cut to the basket, something like Brown was doing last night. You saw Brown had made several wonderful cuts to the basket last night.
Mm-hmm.
Involve him early. Joker's going to get his. Murray could get off whenever he wants to. Involve Michael Porter early and often. Have him get some cuts. See the ball go through the hoop a couple times. I'm going to do my Keyshawn voice. Get him a couple bunny shots. Go ahead and let him feel the offense, gain some confidence. He's gonna be fine. Get the canned dollar roll to the next game. I'm staying in LA because I hate Max, but hey.
Hey, Mike, did you hear the question I asked Fade? Or you didn't get it?
No, that was you calling me crying, man. I had to get off the phone with him, man. That was his boy, man. He was a basket case, boy.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, True still a punk ass people. Go ahead.
Hold on, stop.
We'll talk about that off here.
You said it on the air.
I did.
Oh, David, man.
You gotta pray for Fade, man.
Hey, man, we need security around this dude. Fade was the new Charles and White.
You ain't lying.
We gotta have security around this dude 24/7, man.
Yeah. Because it's gonna get ugly. I asked Fade. I said that it's obvious that the Joker cannot be stopped. It's It's painfully obvious. As great as a defensive team Miami is, they can't stop this dude. If you're Spoelstra, Mike, and I'm glad you're back on because you're a coach. What adjustments are you making from this game 3 till game 4? What do you think you need to do? You already know that if the Joker gonna do his thing. What's the what is the thing you feel like he needs to do
to get ahead
in order to steal this game?
To get ahead.
Even the series.
To get ahead.
What I need to do as Miami as head coach, I need to play Kevin Love more. That's more length on the court. But at the end of the day, I need to keep my same thing. Let Joker get here, and we need to shut down everybody else. Now I know that's easy said and done, but let him get it. Because if you double him, all they're gonna do is find Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, KCP. But you playing one-on-one, let him get here. You can't do both. You ain't able to do both. You see what they do. If you go zone on him, he able to pass out the zone and find open men. Can't do both.
And he
Joker
can
get your
3. And he can shoot the 3.
Joker, let him get it. Let him get here.
Mike, did you say find some open men?
Oh. God. Well, what they at then, Fave? I mean, MJ, what they at?
They not here.
Oh, man.
They're not here.
Oh, okay.
So before we get up party shots, Miami gonna tie it up?
I think so. I think
Miami win tomorrow night.
I think this series is going 7, y'all. I really do. I think Denver gonna come out on top, but I think it's going 7, bro. I do. Because one thing about Miami and Coach Spoelstra, they play for him and they play very good defense. And all it takes is for Jimmy Butler to really get going. And if you can get Lowry and the rest of the cats besides Bam Adebayo, I think they can push it to 7. Now, if the Heat mess around lose this game, it's probably gonna go 6. But I don't think they're gonna lose this game.
It's gonna go 5. Heat lose tomorrow, it's gonna go 5. It's a wrap Monday night.
Yeah. I can see that. But that, I mean, you dealing with two very good head coaches. You do oh goodness. You dealing with 2 coaches that they play chess, they don't play checkers. So it's gonna be interesting. I will tell y'all this: watch out for another triple double from Jokic, bro. I just got a feeling he's gonna get another one. That's a dangerous dude, bro. That is a dangerous cat.
Do we need to do a party shot? Or or I can just say, do y'all want to do a party shot? Or we just going to go out with?
Man, just tell us your memory of Mark, man. Just
that was gonna be mine.
Band memory, man. That's all we need before we go.
I'm gonna let y'all go first. Y'all go ahead and give y'all memory. I'm getting mine at the when y'all go.
I just remember him when I was down there at that. And just watching the band, man, and how he kept Mark Gill was a character, dude, but he loved being the showman in the band, bro. And it's sad to see a life that young go. I hate to see it. And he was an alum. He was a Fort Valley guy. He was a fun-loving dude. If you knew him, he'd have you laughing for sure. He was a fun-loving guy, and I hate this happened, man. I just all I know is when you watch the band, he was the guy. He was the guy, man. And rest up, bro. Fort Valley representing, man. For real, rest up.
And Mark was my dog, man. As people know, I'm connected to a lot of folks. I'm damn near connected to everybody in Fort Valley. People always contacted me when this happened, this going on. And me and Mark was the dude that he would call you at 3-4 in the morning and say, "What you doing? Let's ride to Crystal." He had that green Jeep. Had a big house over the other side of town, like on Spruce Street. And Mark was about fun. Mark Gill was about fun, man. Mark Gill and Fade them came after it. But Mark Gill and Chris, man, for a guy that ain't into the band, they made you want to watch them. They made you want to watch the band, Mark and Chris.
Facts.
They really did. And they made it exciting when they was out there. But Mark was that dude, man. Mark was that dude, man, and he gonna be missed by a whole bunch of people, man.
Man,
which you know, when people pass, they're gonna be missed anyway. But Mark was a fun-loving guy. Now, like I said, Mark was a shit starter too. He was known for that. He enjoyed doing it, getting people riled up. But at the end of the day, it was all about fun, man. So for some reason, it seemed like I talk to people and people from Fort Valley all the time. And last time I talked to Mark, like right around Easter, and we were cracking jokes and stuff then, man. But this caught y'all guard here, boy. This unreal here.
I'm trying to find a picture. Band stuff, like you had to be there to see him, man. But Kappa Luau 2001, we all went down to, you remember Jamal Jermaine twins. All of us went to Kappa Luau one year. We took a picture. I'm trying to see if I see it in my profile while I'm talking about this, but actually, like, you knew Mark close because you're better friends with Mark than I was. I was cool with him, but it wasn't like,
yeah,
like that. But we in the band and stuff like that. But everybody have their friends and whatnot. Straight Mark and band, whatnot, blah 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 blah. Just going down there, seeing him in a different light or whatnot, and just hanging out with a complete nut, a complete fool. I gotta find this picture of him. But it's just tough. Just seeing him in a different light. If you get through the exterior and all the other stuff, Mark is a pretty decent guy. I said at the beginning of the show, wish I would have got to know him a little bit more, but I knew him. I remember one time when I was in Atlanta, living at home during Christmas break, I got a job at Rich's, during the holiday season, work a couple weeks, get some money, take back to school, whatever. I saw Mark in there. He trying to hide his name tag. Like, what's up, Mark? Like, what's up, man? Like, what's going on? You working for? Like, yeah. Oh, me too. Oh, yeah, got that part-time going on. Like, why are you saying about where you working at? Shoot, we getting money. You know what I'm saying? So we both worked at Rich's. I remember one time he working, he told folks, I'm gonna close out the drawer. They said, close out all my drawers. He had to close out 3-4 drawers by himself. I think it was on a Friday night too. And and then on a Friday night, that's like Stephen A. in Miami. It's something special.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt bad for him. I went to the house because he had a car. I had to catch Marta to the house. From Lennox Mall to my house about 50 minutes. So just that's two of the memories. They're not band related, but just seeing him in a different light like that, and it's pretty cool. And I cannot find this damn picture. I'm probably gonna if I find it sometime in the next couple of days, I'll share it on Sunday's episode. But like I said, we pray for his family and his friends, and
pray for his daughter, man. Pray for the little girl.
The little girl, that's the toughest one of all right there. Just
yes, indeed.
And I think she should be a young adult, right, Mike? I think.
Yeah, she's close to it. And she got to be early 20s.
Yeah, it's too soon. You should be too soon. Too much life to live.
Like I said, man, it's a lot of us, and I think I told Atwater this a few days ago. It's too many of us that's dying before we hit 50, man. 50 is the magic number for, I'm more so upset that he was too young to leave. He didn't enjoy the rest of his life. A heart attack, bro. That's how I lost my cousin. Freaking heart attack. He won number 40, 45. Heart attack. It doesn't compute. I say, man, we got to make sure we take care of ourselves, especially since we got, all of us got wives and children and things we want to do, stuff we ourselves trying to accomplish. It's, man, you not promised, bro. You not promised, man. And it's how, in the immortal words of Mike Atwater, man, thank God for your troubles, bro. Because Mark Gill's daughter is going through way worse than what we going through right now. So thank God for your problems, man, because you got them. You able to see them. And Mike used to say that to me all the time, and it really just hit me like, thank God for your problems. But with all this stuff that's going on, I'm like, I don't understand why he say that. Because somebody always going through something way worse than what you going through. And that's a motto that people should live by, man. Because it's tough, man. It's tough to hear a guy like that. And the way he went out and his age, it just throws me off.
Homecoming's not gonna be the same this year. It's gonna hit a little different. See Antonio and Andre there and Chu. And Mark not gonna be right there cutting the food with him, drinking the Corona and having the hat on. It's not gonna be the same.
No, that's facts, bro.
That's our show for the evening. We will be back on Sunday to recap Game 4 and see if Shot is in a good headspace to talk about his feelings on the game. We out.
Hey, let me know when you start recording.